If you think your dog licks you because they love you, you're only half right. That warm, wet kiss on your hand or face could mean five completely different things, and one of them is actually a warning sign, not a sweet gesture. Maybe your dog licks you the second you walk through the door. Maybe they lick your feet while you're relaxing on the couch. It feels like love, and sometimes it truly is. But sometimes it's your dog trying to tell you something you're missing completely. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which one your dog means. Most people grow up believing that licking is simply how dogs show love. It's the go-to explanation, repeated so often that nobody stops to question it. You see your dog lick your hand, and your brain instantly translates it as affection. And honestly, that assumption isn't wrong, it's just incomplete. Dogs really can lick you out of love, but that's only one layer of a much bigger picture. Licking is actually one of the oldest forms of communication dogs have. It's a behavior that starts long before your dog ever meets you, back when they were tiny puppies. To really understand what your dog means when they lick you today, we have to go back to where this habit began. Once you see where it comes from, the different meanings behind it will start making a lot more sense. That story starts in the litter, with a mother dog and her newborn puppies. From the moment puppies are born, their mother starts licking them immediately, and it isn't just about keeping them clean. That licking stimulates breathing, helps puppies go to the bathroom, and triggers essential body functions they can't perform on their own yet. It's the very first form of care a dog experiences in life, tied directly to survival, warmth, and safety. Before a puppy can see clearly or even stand up, licking is already teaching its brain that this action equals comfort and connection. That early association gets wired deep into a dog's mind, long before they understand what love even means. As puppies grow older, licking naturally becomes part of how they interact with their mother and littermates. They lick each other during play, during grooming, and often right before feeding time, almost like a built-in social signal. This is where licking starts shifting from pure survival into something more emotional and relational. By the time a dog leaves its littermates and joins a human family, that instinct doesn't disappear. It simply transfers over to you, the new center of their world. Your dog isn't inventing a brand new behavior when they lick you, they're repeating something hardwired since birth. That's exactly why licking feels so natural and automatic to dogs, almost like breathing or wagging their tail. But here's where it gets interesting, because that same early instinct branches out in adulthood. It stops being just one thing and starts representing several different emotional and physical states. Some of those states are calm and affectionate, exactly what most owners assume. Others are rooted in stress, anxiety, or even discomfort your dog can't express any other way. Understanding this origin story is what makes the next part so important, because now you'll see why one simple lick can mean so many different things. So let's break down what a lick from your dog can actually mean, one reason at a time. The first reason is the one you already expect: genuine affection and bonding. When your dog licks your face after you've been away, that's often a real expression of love and relief. It releases feel-good chemicals in your dog's brain, similar to what happens during petting or gentle physical touch. This is the licking most owners recognize instantly, and honestly, it's usually accurate. But that's just one piece of a much bigger puzzle your dog is constantly showing you. The second reason is seeking attention or reassurance, and this one looks almost identical on the surface. A dog that licks you repeatedly while you're on your phone or distracted may simply want you to notice them. It's their version of tapping you on the shoulder, asking quietly for connection or interaction. If the licking stops the moment you engage with them, that's usually a strong clue this was the reason. The third reason is where things start to shift, because this one isn't about affection at all. Stress and anxiety can also trigger licking, especially licking aimed at you rather than objects around them. Think about a dog that starts licking your hands nonstop right before you leave for work. That's not love talking. That's your dog trying to self-soothe using a familiar, comforting behavior. This is called an appeasement behavior, a way dogs try to calm themselves or ease tension in a stressful moment. It can also show up around loud noises, unfamiliar people, people or sudden changes in the household routine. Once you start noticing this pattern, you'll realize how often licking gets mistaken for calmness when it's actually the opposite. The fourth reason is a lot simpler than the others, and it's purely about taste and curiosity. Dogs have an incredible sense of smell and taste, and human skin carries a lot of interesting flavors. Sweat, lotion, leftover food, or even sunscreen can make your skin genuinely appealing to a curious dog. This kind of licking usually feels casual and inconsistent, not urgent or repetitive like the anxious version. Your dog isn't trying to tell you anything deep here, they're just exploring the world with their tongue. The fifth reason is the one every owner should pay close attention to because it's the most serious. Compulsive licking goes beyond a quick habit and turns into something your dog can't easily stop on their own. This might look like your dog licking the same spot on your arm over and over, almost obsessively. It often points to deeper anxiety, boredom, or even physical discomfort your dog is struggling to communicate. Some dogs develop this pattern after a stressful event, a change in routine, or prolonged time alone. If left unaddressed, compulsive licking can even lead to skin irritation or minor wounds on your skin. This is exactly why understanding the reason behind the lick matters so much for your dog's well-being. Now that you know these 5 reasons, a big question naturally comes up in your mind. How do you actually tell them apart in real time without guessing? The truth is, your dog is already giving you clues through body language, timing, and intensity. You just haven't been trained to notice them yet, and that's exactly what we're covering next. Pay attention to your dog's ears, tail, and overall posture the next time a lick happens. Those signals rarely lie. Context matters just as much as the lick itself. Start by watching your dog's body language the moment the licking begins, not just the licking itself. A relaxed body, soft eyes, and a loosely wagging tail usually point toward genuine affection. But if you notice tucked ears, a stiff body, or repetitive licking that won't stop, that's different. Pay attention to timing too, since context often reveals more than the behavior alone. Licking right before you leave, during storms, or around unfamiliar guests usually signals stress, not love. Frequency matters as well. One quick lick is very different from constant, obsessive licking in one spot. Once you can read these signals, you'll know exactly how to respond in the moment. If it's affection, simply enjoy it, since that connection is genuinely good for both of you. If it's attention-seeking, give your dog a moment of focused engagement so they feel heard. If it's stress-related licking, try to identify what's triggering it and reduce that pressure gently. And if the licking becomes compulsive or starts causing skin irritation, it's worth mentioning to your vet. None of these responses require anything drastic, just a little more awareness on your part. That awareness alone changes how you and your dog understand each other. So here's the real takeaway from everything we just covered about your dog's licking behavior. Licking isn't one single signal, it's a form of communication that shifts depending on the moment. Sometimes it's pure love, sometimes it's a quiet request for attention, and sometimes it's stress talking. Once you learn to read the difference, you understand your dog on a completely new level. If you noticed your dog doing one of these behaviors while watching, drop a comment below and tell me. And if this changed how you see your dog, subscribe, because every week we break down another behavior most owners misread completely.